pour first. So, we make movies on this channel, and obviously we owe our ability to make movies from the inspiration we get from watching movies. And for the three of us, that started here at this theater. This is the Tigard Regal 11. It's a theater that we've all been going to since we were kids. Probably saw my first movie here ever. I don't know if that's the same for you guys, but
I saw Phantom Menace here
yeah,
in '99. Yeah.
yeah. I don't know if you remember your first movie here, Zach.
It's probably Jonah, a VeggieTales movie.
Nice.
Probably. Yeah.
I couldn't even tell you what mine was, but I remember coming here as a little kid. I was scared of movie theaters because they were so loud, so I'd have to wear the lawnmower headphones to help cut out the sound. But yeah, this is like this is home for us. This is our favorite theater, even though it's kind of terrible. The seats were never great, even up to the very end. They never really updated, and yeah, it's the best. I don't know if you guys want to chime in.
Well, they're closing. If it's not already
Yeah.
obvious.
Mhm.
I mean, they are closed.
It's already.
Yeah.
We didn't even get a chance to know ahead of time. They just shut down. There was just a post one day.
It was very quiet.
Yeah.
Man.
With the other movie in Sherwood, that movie theater, they closed down, and there was like an announcement like, hey, we're going to close. The last showings will be on this date.
Yeah.
Well, this one, it was like everybody found out after the fact, which is really weird.
Yeah. Unceremonious, to
Yeah.
say the least.
Which I think sums up the quality of the theater to an extent. I mean, let's be honest here. Like, it wasn't a great theater, but it was a great theater. Like,
Mm-hmm.
they didn't change this building once
Well,
in my entire life.
The
from my
only
memory.
change was it used to be purple.
Oh, they painted it.
They painted it. And
Right.
that's the only update. It became orange probably in like 2008 or something, 2009.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that was it. That was the last update.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, the speakers weren't great. The screens weren't
The,
great.
the seats
For
were
sure.
awful.
The seats
The
were,
seats were so uncomfortable.
objectively terrible.
They were very bad. Very, like, they weren't stadium seating. It was like the descending long hallway kind of thing
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
with the kind of small little seats
Mhm.
with the coaster cup holders, which were always too small. So if you knocked
Yeah.
anything, you would knock off the
Yeah.
drink.
Yeah.
But then they added seat numbers to it.
Mhm.
Right.
They didn't change the seats. They just put a number on it, and they're like, "You got to reserve seats now."
Yeah.
Because everybody else was doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they were like, well,
Might
we'll
as well.
do the bare minimum
Yeah.
to make that work, which is just add the computer system to the seats, not changing it.
But because
Yeah.
it's been like a part of our lives forever, we still love going here.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, this was still like the $5 Tuesday spot.
There was a bit like several years of our lives where it feels like it was probably like at least once a month, but during the summer every week,
Mm-hmm.
we would come to this theater on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
And it was packed.
Oh yeah. Even till the end, Tuesdays were still
Yeah.
like no other day felt like anything was going on here, but Tuesdays
Yeah.
was something else.
Well, because no one wants to pay premium, price.
you go to any other theater in Portland except for this one.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's still great.
Mm-hmm.
What was the last movies you guys saw here?
Oh man.
That's a great question. I had to
I
think
think
back.
the last movie that I saw here, if I remember correctly, was Top Gun Maverick. I went and saw that a few times, but the first time I saw it was here. Yeah, in one of the like side hallways, not like one of their main ones, but like one of their smaller ones that's like off to the side.
I'm gonna open my
Right.
Regal app just to see if I can find if it's even still here.
Yeah, I didn't go through my tickets ahead of time.
Yeah.
I should have done that.
But it's been a while. I honestly haven't been to this theater recently, which was
Yeah.
a bummer because this theater is in Tigard, and I just moved to Tigard. So
Yeah.
I live just pretty much down the road from here, and I was so excited to have like this be my like it's already my local theater just due to
Mhm.
where I grew up, but it was even more my local theater. I was so close to it. It was like a 5-minute drive. And so I'm like bummed that that's no longer an option.
Well, I really wish we lost a friend. Like, I wish I could have, you know.
It would have been nice to know ahead of time just to do something.
You don't know what you got till it's
Oh,
gone.
you know what? Every time I buy a ticket, though, hold on, because it'll send you an email. So I'm
Right.
gonna search
Ooh,
Regal, Tigard.
you're getting, maybe I should do that.
Ooh,
Let's
okay.
see. I have bad perception out here.
Okay, I found it.
You did? That worked?
Which one was it?
Well, the one I remembered. What I was gonna say was, I saw. Shoot, what was it called? 324. Sorry, hold on. I saw Amanda and I. We saw Last Night in Soho here.
Oh, nice.
Wait, what? Hold on.
Jersey Mike's.
There's a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, it's Jersey
There,
Mike's.
yeah, there's Amanda and I. So we saw Last Night in Soho here in 2021, and I remember because we went to the Winko over there. And did I tell this story about meeting the teacher?
I think so. But tell it again.
Okay.
Yeah.
We went over. Long story short, we went over to Winko. It was around Halloween time. I'm looking for my soda at the thing, and out of the corner of my eye, I see like costume people, like they're wearing Halloween costumes, and I see a Frankenfurter, from Rocky Horror.
Yeah.
And Frankenfurter comes up to me and I'm looking and I'm like trying to get something, and Frankenfurter's like, no, don't go with that one. Go with the other one. I was like, okay, that's straight. Okay.
Yeah.
And I picked something and he's like, yeah, that's the one to get. I'm like, okay, cool. And I just kind of, I'm like, yep. And then I kind of walking, and then Frankenfurter's like, hey, it's me. It's Liard. And I was like, oh my gosh. And it was one of the music teachers at the school I work at.
Yeah.
Who was totally dressed up as Frankenfurter. And this was when we were wearing masks. So I didn't recognize him whatsoever.
That's funny.
Because I was used to seeing just the eyes, and I don't know if he was wearing a mask then or if it was or whatever, but there's totally
Just
makeup
makeup,
everywhere,
yeah.
so I couldn't recognize him whatsoever.
Mhm.
And that was definitely one of the last time. But the actual last time was we saw Lost City here.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'm not.
with Sandra Bullock.
Right.
My phone has betrayed me. It was only pulling up like exclusive like passes and stuff to seeing movies here
Yeah.
that were just like promotional. So I don't know. I mean, I'll retell this story because I love it, but it's one that we've told probably before on the channel. But Man of Steel, seeing
yeah.
that here opening night was incredible. Not
Yeah.
because of the turnout, but because we expected one. So we showed up like 4 hours early. We were all dressed up. There was a bunch of us. It was about all of our friends.
Right there. We were right there.
Right
and we were
there.
the only people lined up for like 5 hours, 4
And
hours.
then we were like, okay, people will show up for the movie. No, the theater was maybe half full.
At best. But then I saw it that Tuesday, and
Yeah.
it was packed.
Yeah. Yeah. So we went thinking there'd be this huge turnout. Then we found out that Century 16 is the spot for like, if you're going for an event movie, that's where you go to dress up. That's where we saw all the Star Wars releases and
That's
different
when
experience.
That's when I learned you don't go here opening night. You go here on the Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tuesday's where it's at.
That being said, Last Jedi was absolutely packed here. Like, I'm sure at least half of their auditoriums were full because we were waiting for like 45 minutes. We were lined up all the way around the back of the building.
So I saw Phantom Menace here like a whole bunch during my childhood, but then when Attack of the Clones came out, I got picked up from school early. We drove line around the block. Everybody was leaving, coming and going. And I remember my mom rolled down the window and she saw someone like walking just through the parking lot, and she was like, "How was it?" And the guy was like, "It was great. It was awesome." And it was like, because like everybody was here to see Star Wars.
Yeah,
It's like you weren't going to see anything else other than that day.
yeah.
I mean, it's a Star Wars weekend. You got to see Star Wars.
Exactly. What I love also was, speaking of all the updates and the culture, I love that the employees here kind of didn't care.
Yeah.
Because I had friends who would get dropped off here in the morning in the summer because they didn't have AC at their house.
Yeah.
They'd buy one movie ticket and they'd stay here all day and watch movies.
It's awesome.
And it's like, that's incredible.
Yeah.
This was the theater to sneak into if you needed. And there's the Winco right across the street,
Yeah.
so you can just get your candy.
What was
Incredible.
Didn't Milena work here?
Maybe.
One of the
Maybe.
sisters?
Yeah.
I vaguely
I don't know if
remember
she did. She worked with me at Target.
one of the sisters did work here. I
Might
remember.
have been the older one.
What was her name?
That's a great question.
Oh, shoot, now we're outing ourselves.
She was in my sister's age, so I was best friends.
Yeah, she was like she was like adjacent to our friend group.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I would see her like here when she worked here.
It's funny, this is now like a cut street.
Yeah.
It's not traffic here because it's busy. It's just people use it as a cut through.
There's a street there and there's a street there, and people will pass through when it's like.
It's kind of sad.
You know.
But you know.
Well, there's like a dance school right there too. Looks like they just did something.
Yeah.
And there's construction right there. Maybe this audio will be terrible, but
it'll be fine.
I remember also Force Awakens was pretty crazy here.
I saw that with my family.
Tuesday. I saw it here on a Tuesday.
I remember when we were walking out of it, my mom did the classic, I can't believe Han Solo died.
Oh no, she pulled the Homer Simpson.
Thank goodness no one was around. It was almost a hit to my Star Wars street cred.
Oh man.
And luckily no one heard. I got very, very like, keep your voice down, let's get to the car, Mom.
I remember there was a very big line for that one too, but we got like advanced tickets so that we could skip the line. I don't remember what it was about, but like my dad was like, this is the first Star Wars in like so long. It was like literally 10 years.
Yeah.
Or well, there was the Clone Wars movie, but
that doesn't count.
Well, it was like 05 to 15? Was it 15?
Yeah, so 10 years.
Oh wow, it was 10 years.
And then the Clone Wars movie came out in 08,
Oh, wait,
which was the first Star Wars movie I saw in theaters.
Damn, you're young.
Yeah.
I hate you.
Well, Revenge of the Sith, I was a little too young to go see, you know. So this is PG-13 at the time, but.
I mean, of course, then there's someone else who's like, well, I saw Return of the Jedi,
Yes.
which I saw
Which is
Empire
playing
Strikes
right
Back.
now.
I know, I need to get tickets for
I need
that.
to find a showing and sneak into one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not sneak in like sneak in, but like don't break into movies, kids. Unless it's this one.
Well, there's not like it's going to be playing anything. I really wish we could have snagged some posters at the end.
Yeah.
I did dumpster dive here, so I took some pictures, some film pictures of the place, and there was a dumpster over there because it was pretty close to when they had ripped everything out. I tried to see. There was nothing good.
But we found out late too.
Yeah, we found out late, but it got gutted, and everything that was left at that point was like probably the only cool thing I saw in there was one of the Real D 3D glasses.
Oh, you said
one of the
glasses?
But it was already
Oh,
like
it was empty?
it was empty and like totally destroyed.
Man.
Like it was ripped apart. Yeah, there was nothing that good in there. Which was a bummer. I mean, maybe some of the stuff was at the bottom, but
Now I'm looking at this and just envision with me.
yeah.
It says cinema right there.
Uh-huh.
That's a great looking sign.
Oh, it's sick.
Yeah.
It's one of the best ones.
There's a circle there, which is the perfect size for a logo of the doomed variety. A little tentacle.
I'm with you.
What if it said like, it just said cinema and then the doomed logo, and we screened movies here?
I
That'd be
mean,
cool.
So
if someone-
everybody watching, we are starting a Kickstarter to buy this building.
Look, subscribe to our Patreon, $1 a month. In 2,500 years, we'll have enough money to buy this place.
Bro, I can't even afford rent in the city. I don't know how I can afford a theater.
I remember at the church I used to work at, one of the pastors was talking about how he wanted to buy this place. And I was like, dude, if you could, that'd be sick.
Oh man.
Now's your chance.
Yeah.
What I think is really just kind of, I don't know. It's like back rooms, but not back rooms. It's like liminal spaces.
Yeah.
That's what
Right.
you think about when you step in there.
Yeah, well,
Like,
I
it like reminds
because
me of like
the
liminal
stairs
spaces.
are funky.
Yeah.
the stairs are funky. They
Yeah.
have the great neon sign. They have
There's
the
that weird
interesting
hallway
carpet.
in the ceiling.
Yeah.
like, in the
Right.
center.
Well, it has such a great looking interior. It has these great neon signs. The circle like motif kind of carries throughout in all their signage, and they have. It's kind of like a T shape when you walk in. So you go in. There's the concessions area. It's really well like lit. It's really nice and atmospheric. And then you branch off. You have like your
There's
main.
the main one.
There's the main big one right at the back.
That's the big.
And then you split off into a T, and it goes.
And then
both
there's like
directions.
And then there's like
four,
a couple.
There's like two medium
side
size.
hallways.
There's like two bigger medium ones on either side, and then a couple small ones.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember seeing Interstellar here. And
Oh,
when they had
man.
Interstellar playing, they had the big, like, the cool theater,
Yeah.
like, cardboard cutout stuff. They had this awesome one of the spaceship, like, going through, like, nebulas.
Right.
Yeah, it was just so cool. And they had the great candy dispensers there, too, for like a quarter.
I remember going here and being like, I think I saw like 50-50 or something,
Mm.
like some drama movie with not a lot of like sound design or whatever. And
Yeah.
I remember being like, man, those speakers are blown out. They sound like terrible.
Sound like ass.
Like really, like I know that's not a nice memory, but it's like I remember thinking like, oh, they got to fix those speakers because that is like sounds totally blown out.
Mhm.
And it's just two people talking in a room
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything special. It was yeah. I mean, again, we're nostalgic for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw a tweet right before we recorded this, and I feel like it's kind of fitting. So this is a guy named
Okay.
Patrick tweeting, and he says, I worked at a movie theater from 2005 to 2010, and I swear going to the movies today just doesn't feel the same. The multiplex would have been packed Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'm talking all hands on deck. We could never keep up with concessions, cleaning the theaters. It was chaotic, but everyone was excited. You could feel it in the air. People didn't only come from movies. They came for that collective experience high. Now you walk into a theater, maybe there's a few people lined up for popcorn, but everyone shows up 10 minutes late to avoid commercials, and the lobby is usually sparse and barren. Assigned seating is great, but it's truly changed crowd levels and the energy walking into a theater. It's just a transaction. Maybe I'm crazy, but that buzz feels like it's gone.
Yeah.
The only experiences that's come close to that anymore are Thursday previews with super fans. I used to be excited to see anything in theater, but now it's only specific films. Does anyone else notice this? And
I totally
yeah.
agree with that.
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just,
Every once in a while, you'll get a film that like blows up, like Avatar 2,
Mhm.
and you just get everyone in the theater.
everyone but me.
And that's like when you get to glimpse, like, oh yeah, this is how it used to be, type of a thing.
Dude, when we saw Avatar 2 and it was packed, that was like
that was
Mhm.
incredible.
that reminded me of back in the day.
Yeah.
Like that kind of experience. It really was the Thursday. It was, I think, my theory, adding on to that,
Yeah.
it was the Thursday showings and it was the assigned seatings.
Right.
Not that I don't love those things, because I do love those.
Yeah.
Kind of like Netflix. They're a great convenience, but I do miss the other thing because before it was like, it was midnight showings. That was the thing. It
The night
was
showings were incredible.
Yeah.
12 o'clock, 12:01, 12:03, 12:04.
Yeah.
Like that was that was how the showings worked
Yeah.
Yeah.
before. But then I think it was like
Then you had
theaters-
things like Star Wars where they started pushing it back a little bit.
Right.
they
to
the
kept
next
pushing
day.
it back
Mhm.
It's kind of like
because
Black
they-
Friday.
because they didn't want their workers to, which I understand. But it's like, I missed that. And it was also, you showed up and you didn't have assigned seats, so you had to get there first.
Yeah.
You
The
had to wait
line
there
was
in line.
crucial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It was wild. I remember, I mean, I'm gonna start talking about other theaters, but never mind. But yes,
Yeah.
that was like, the vibe back then was so different. And I wish there was a way to bring that back, but
Mhm.
without sacrificing the convenience. Because I do like
Mhm.
just buying a ticket online, getting my seat,
Mhm.
and just seeing, like, I love that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that kind of communal experience is really lost.
And wanting
Yeah.
to see things at the theater for the sake of it being at the theater,
Mhm.
not because it's the one movie a month or in the season that you want to see, but just for the love of movies that you go see things, even if it's not the groundbreaking next piece of cinema, like, you know, Barbie's going to be or whatever.
Yeah.
Or Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
Those are probably it that people are wanting to see in theater. And then it's,
Yeah, there's not a lot of, I mean, I don't know. That's a whole, I mean, it's not without, like, I mean, I don't think we can add much
mhm.
other than random observation, but like, it is changed how people go to the movies and everything.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I don't know if there's a way to like incentivize people to go again. Like, my prediction is kind of like what George Lucas and Spielberg said, which is like, in the future it'll be like going to the circus or the opera house,
Yeah, you go 2 times a year.
where you go a couple times a year, you
Yeah.
see Avatar, Star Wars 64 or whatever,
Hmm.
and then everything else you just stream at home,
Yeah.
which I don't necessarily have a problem with, but like, it's very sad to an extent
Yeah.
also.
Yeah. And that just means places like this that we love are going to not be as necessary. So they'll start to disappear, which is why, like, there's like my new local theater, I guess,
The
now is the
Joy
Joy Cinema, which I've
Yeah.
never been to,
I've
which is
never
a
been
tiny
there either.
independent. And I guess now I need to go do their,
It's small, but it's good, especially since it's cheap.
it looks like it's really fun.
It was right over there, because this is where people would line up
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
this is
showings?
along the wall where we would have been waiting for our Man of Steel.
Because they don't have space inside the theater.
No,
Yeah.
it's tiny.
You know.
I wish there was a way we could get inside.
Yeah.
I really do.
You know.
I mean, this door doesn't have a chain on it, which makes me just really want to try
Is that a
it.
Regal bag?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Those are 3 Regal Pepsi bags. So
I don't want to touch it.
George just found someone's garbage.
Oh no.
Those are definitely Regal bags. Those are probably from this theater.
Most likely.
Means that's been sitting there for like a
Unless
month.
someone like went all the way over to like Bridgeport and drove out here. For
Maybe
whatever
someone
reason.
else had the same idea to make a video that we did.
I know, we need popcorn now.
Oh man.
But they have worse ethics than us because they left their garbage behind.
We don't leave trash behind, just memories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a sad day.
Very sad day.
I really do feel like I'm losing a friend here. It was like a reliable theater. That's what was the best thing. It was always reliable.
I knew I could get into a ticket to see this movie even if it was
Yeah.
last minute.
And you knew that you like knew what you were getting here.
Yeah.
Like I would never see a movie I was really excited. Well, not like in later years.
Yeah.
If I was really excited about it, I wouldn't like see it opening weekend here. I would see it like maybe that Tuesday, or maybe if the movie had been out for a while, I'd been meaning to see it, I'd see it here. Or if I had a gift card, because my house is like 10 minutes from here.
Yeah.
I mean, you live even closer now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, you know,
This was honestly a great, like, afternoon movie showings theater.
Yeah.
Like,
pretty sure we saw Whiplash here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we did.
right before film class, probably, I think.
Yeah. And we saw it early too, because there was like we saw it and then the
Before
buzz
the
hit.
Oscar buzz,
Yeah.
because it went in theaters, then it left, and then it came back with the Oscar season.
Right.
It was good. Man, that was a fun movie.
2014 was a good year for movies.
It was a very good year. It's kind of a shame that I don't know, missed that era.
Yeah.
Well, that was also, I think, we were in film school. Zach was still a toddler, and like we were seeing everything we could.
Yeah.
Like I don't think for me, I tried to see literally everything I could. Like if there's a
Yeah.
new movie out, I'd go see it.
Yeah. My mentality around seeing movies has changed since then.
Totally.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, I'll see it if I really want to.
Yeah. We're poorer now somehow than we were when we were in college. It feels.
Both in spirit and in finances.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sad. Sad.
I still do hate the orange compared to the purple.
Yeah,
As a
purple's
kid,
great.
it was like one of the first aesthetic changes. I remember being like,
I totally
why
forgot
would
about
they
that.
do that?
Until you said that, I totally forgot about
Well,
that.
and the neon was like this great like turquoise color, and it popped on the purple in a cool way. It was like the Emerald City, in a way.
purple,
like
yeah.
like a purple Emerald City from Wizard of Oz. That's how I always thought of it as a kid. It was just magic.
Yeah.
I was also terrified of it again. But,
Yeah. It was I mean, there's just so many memories to count here.
yeah.
And it's like I want people to remember. Like people must remember. Like it's like in Japan. You know Japan, the country. Sorry, that was a Wild Boys Jordan. That was a Wild Boys Jordan line. Sorry. In Japan, I don't know this exact phrasing or how, so I could be totally off here, but in Japan, it's like exponentially rising in like abandoned cities and or places and or villages.
Oh.
So there's lots of places throughout Japan where people used to live there, but then the earthquake happened, right? Or like
Right,
a
yeah.
mudslide happened and they would leave, and so now nobody lives there, and it's just kind of this forgotten part of the country, just abandoned. So it's not that dramatic because it's not like people lived here, but it's an important place to us.
Yeah. And I feel like it's only a matter of time, honestly, before this place gets torn down.
Right.
They've been building apartments right across the road, pretty much.
Don't build
They've been
apartments
renovating
here.
other buildings around here. I don't know if it'll be apartments or like another shopping center.
I wonder if we could call someone to be like, hey, who owns this?
Yeah.
Not even to be like, we want to buy it, but just be like, what are you going to do with this?
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity.
Yeah.
We're curious movie lovers.
Yeah.
We're just curious, is someone going to turn it into a theater? I don't know.
Yeah, it'd be kind of cool. It's just an idea. With all the urbanization in this area, what if they made it into a park called Cinema Park? They had an amphitheater in the middle, and they
that'd be
did
cool.
outdoor theater stuff during the summer.
Yes.
That'd be nice.
That'd
Or-
be cool.
That would be cool.
Or if it was like a drive-in theater place or something.
This place, they did
Yeah.
drive-ins here during
During
COVID.
COVID, yeah.
Because the
Right.
sides of the building are so big, and they have these
Yeah.
big lots on either side, so you could do that.
Mm-hmm.
I went to my first drive-in movie theater last year.
During COVID?
No, last year.
Last year?
In the winter. So and it was Rocky Horror.
Oh, nice.
Fun.
Were there like people like dancing on the roof of the cars?
No, it was like there were people dressed up as monsters. So it was like a Halloween thing.
Oh, okay.
So it was like everyone was all like dressed up as monsters and they were running around, which is very confusing because you're like,
And they're
there's this
just like-
strange man dancing half naked and there's like clowns outside my car. It was a good time.
Oh man.
I mean, I still love my movie theater cathedral idea, but again, that's not going to happen.
No. Gotta move to LA for that.
Yeah.
If like, because Regal like wouldn't rebuy it or anything, they just would have renovated. It'd have
Yeah.
to be Cinemark or
AMC. And AMC's already got a location just not far from here.
or like Alamo Draft House, which I don't think they're expanding to this area.
Honestly,
and if they would, they'd want to do it in Portland. anyway.
McMinimans.
Oh, that's an idea.
Because
would
they
be
have
okay
a
with
theater.
that.
They have 2 theaters already.
Yeah.
And there aren't. Where's the closest McMinimans to
Well,
here?
they're all over. There's like one right
There's a
down the
couple.
street.
Yeah.
Okay.
But a McMinimans theater at this scale would be new because the
That would
only other
be.
one is the Kennedy House and then St. John's.
Right.
That'd be cool.
I think St. John's would be the closest in scale, and this is like way bigger.
We should write to McMinimans. Be like, please buy this place and turn it into a theater restaurant. That'd be cool.
That would actually
It'd
work
be expensive,
with like
but it'd be all right.
the way they have things laid out. I could see them doing something with that.
It'd be
This
neat.
would be the outdoor seating right here,
Yeah.
like the tables and everything.
Plenty of room.
Or no, it'd probably be the other side because the other side I think is flatter.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
you have the sun that we could block in the evening.
You just turn a couple of those auditoriums into. You just keep the main auditorium pretty much,
Yeah.
and then you turn the other stuff. That's all a restaurant. Or
Yeah.
whatever. Or like their bed and breakfasts or whatever the hell they do. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
they're in like everything.
Have like one side be one thing, another side be the other thing. Main theater.
The Doomed Productions Theater is what they call it.
I do love McMinimans, but it's like
It'd be expensive.
it's also sometimes it's like, bro, this used to be a church where there were funerals for like black people in the city.
Yeah.
Like you're gentrifying this area because it's like this.
Yeah.
You're pushing the.
Well,
There's
women-
that, but
Yeah.
That being said, I think here, because again, there's nothing here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, McMinimans also used to be a much more small restaurant chain. It used to be affordable. Now it's
they're-
like $20 sandwiches.
Well, and after Edgefield boomed, that's when things.
They're
Yeah.
very gentrified now.
It's
and
a very different
It's
place.
a thing, but so it's like I have mixed feelings on them as a business, but like this would be a cool place.
It'd be on brand for them to take a theater and
It would, yeah.
preserve it.
It'd be, yeah, it totally would. I'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
Or that's dark, but that's Portland.
Yeah. That's the reality.
That happens here. Or I guess technically we're in Tigard,
Yeah.
but McMinimans is
Portland
like,
Tiger's
metro
just
area.
a suburb of Portland.
you know, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know how we wrap this up. I mean, is there anything to say? Anything we can add really to this?
I don't know. We've got to have summed it up well somewhere in there.
I mean, I'm almost done with the drink.
I know.
already
I
finished
don't have anything more to pour out.
Okay, well, I'll just.
Yeah. We'll just.
All right.
There you go, Tigard. Regal Tigard 11.
It's Coke Zero, so it won't get sticky afterwards. There's no sugar.
I'll make sure to put picture of this place on the Ofrenda this year.
That'll be good. Well. I guess we can
Yep,
go home.
She's still learning.
She's got it.
She's got it. She's learned in the time it took to film this video.
Someone
she's
learned
learned it.
stick.
Someone learned
Yeah.
stick.
Good on them.
Yeah. Good for them.
Memories still being made here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well. Let's.